Hello everyone, it's T, and today we're going to be talking about Nintendo's online subscription service. Tomorrow, September 18th, Nintendo will officially be launching their online paid subscription service. To get the 50 of you that watch my videos and have no idea what a Nintendo is up to speed, basically for almost the past few years, we've been able to play Nintendo Switch online games for free. Now, during that time, they said they were going to roll out a paid subscription service, and this was basically like a trial period of sorts. It was really unclear what the features they would be offering were, and it's still kind of up in the air to their discretion, but we have a good idea of what we're getting, and a lot of people aren't very happy about it, myself included. If you just take a look at Nintendo's official release video and look at the comments, it's pretty clear to see that the overall opinion is pretty negative about this service, and for very good reason. Basic features such as party chats, in-game chats, and messaging people will not be something you can do unless it's through a convoluted app process in specific games. They will also be finally offering cloud saves, the big caveat to this being that only specific games will support it, and if you are currently not a member of the active subscription for any amount of time, you will immediately lose those save files. We'll get into it a little bit more, but I felt it was necessary to just go ahead and give you guys a quick rundown of what we're talking about here. RGT85, who is a great guy and absolutely much less of an asshole than I am, started a discussion piece asking people where they stand on the Nintendo Online service. There are literally countless examples of what we could go by to actually talk about in this video, but I'm going to pick out a few select tweets specifically where I actually got into it with another person over this, and I'm going to go ahead and make this point now. This is in no way an attack on somebody personally. This is more of my opinion and me discussing the principles behind my problems and what I find flawed in their opinions, if that makes sense. This tweet specifically reads as follows: "My stance is that I'm grateful for even getting an online service that costs as cheap as it does, and I'm sure just like all online services later down the months or even years, they will continue to add more features. I'm a happy buyer." The Wii was out 10 years ago, Scarlett. How long is it going to take for him to get it right? How long is it going to take? Something like this shouldn't surprise me, but it does. I am still in disbelief that we are grateful for a company to allow us to purchase their online service. Oh, thank you so much, Nintendo, for letting us pay for your online service that is very lackluster in comparison to your competition. The next tweet after that follows up with, "Exactly, they also told us what to expect, and now that it's game time, people complain. $20 a year is a bargain, period." Okay, first off, this is not a bargain, alright? A bargain is getting a dozen eggs for 60 cents. Nintendo is not hard up for allowing us to use their outdated peer-to-peer online connection. They did it with the Wii for years, they did it with the Wii U, and they also did it with the Nintendo Switch for almost 2 years. For Nintendo to say that they need us to pay them money to run this online service is an absolute lie. It's not dedicated servers, and I'm not a networking expert, but the PS3 that's almost 10 years old is still running online just fine for free, with a hell of a lot more features than the Switch offers. Nintendo can choose to charge absolutely whatever they want. It doesn't matter if it's $5 a month or $100 a month. It doesn't make it right. The only way I could see this being considered a bargain is if you were really interested in getting the NES games every month, which, by the way, when the next month rolls around, I believe that you lose the game, so you don't even get to keep them. At least with Xbox Live games for Gold, when you get a game, you have that game for life. It doesn't matter what time you use it. It doesn't matter if your subscription is on or off. If you have it downloaded into your library or your account, you can use it at any time. The only reason they're doing this at all is because they see Microsoft and Sony are doing it, so they want to get in on some of that money. It may be easy to see this as a bargain if you grew up around subscription services and this is all you know, but believe it or not, there was and still is a time where you can play online games for free. But see, they're also offering a new cloud save service, so if your Nintendo Switch gets bricked due to unforeseen circumstances that weren't your fault, you'll have your games backed up. How nice of them. However, this doesn't apply to all games, and especially some games that it definitely should apply to. And Nintendo's reasoning for this is to prevent cheating. I shouldn't even have to explain to you why this is bullshit. The fact that Splatoon 2 doesn't have cloud save should be enough to piss you off, because it definitely pisses me off. Why? Because my Nintendo Switch got bricked due to a third-party dock that was sold to me in the store, right next to all of the other Nintendo devices. I use this dock a lot with no problem, so I never even bothered to look up if there was any issues with using this dock. I used it for months, it was fine. Then one day, my Switch died. Guess what? Lost all my save progress. us. But me, being used to modern gaming for the past 10 years, I thought, well, Splatoon 2 is kind of like Call of Duty, right? It's almost always online. I'm basically playing the multiplayer. My save should be good. No, I lost all of that. Even though it was all online, for some reason that rank is tied to your local account. And now, even in their new cloud save service, they're not backing up Splatoon saves, which is an online game. Look, I can boot up any PS3 onto my Call of Duty account from like 7 years ago and still have all my online progress. And you're telling me Nintendo can't do this? I can't stress how much this baffles me enough. You're touting cloud saves as a feature and you don't even support Splatoon. That just blows my mind. Oh, and this next comment is really good. The thing is that this isn't a PC, this isn't Microsoft, and this isn't a PlayStation. Nintendo is taking a different approach to how they handle online. If you're going to complain about it, then you don't have to get it. Stop shitting on people who actually don't mind getting this. See, this is why I mentioned that little disclaimer earlier, because I'm not shitting on people that are getting this. I'm shitting on the principle of it. If you were buying this online service, wouldn't you at least want it to offer the same features that the competition offers? Literally every other form of competition. And again, I'm going to keep backtracking on this video. My PS3 and 360 from almost 10 years ago offer these features. Adding friends, messaging people, party chat, game chat, without a dumbass convoluted app on my phone. Sweetheart, you seem to be a little confused with how criticism works, so allow me to give you a little bit more of an example. I like my iPhone a lot. A lot of people don't like Apple, they don't like iPhones. I think that this is a fantastic phone, right? One thing not so fantastic about it is that it doesn't have a headphone jack. It's been proven that the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 10 could have still had a headphone jack and kept a slim form factor. And most recently with their new line of iPhones, they're not even going to include the headphone adapter. The headphone adapter is one of their best-selling products. So clearly they know there's a demand for a headphone jack. They're not going to include it. They're going to ramp up their sales of headphone jacks. This is how criticism works, and this is how you explain to a company you don't agree with these practices, and this is how you get what you want. You can still like a product and still have your criticisms. Would you consider that a fair criticism of Apple? Or should I suck their dick? Look, yes, Nintendo takes different approaches to everything. That's why the Switch is so great. I love my Switch. If Nintendo didn't take risks and take different approaches to their games and consoles, it would not be the amazing hybrid console that it is. But that doesn't excuse them from offering less. There's being different, and then there's being lazy. And with the amount of stellar video game titles that they release, with the amount of success that the Switch has had, you cannot tell me that they are unable to code this into their console. This is pure negligence, and this is showing in their ratings on this YouTube video reveal alone. You say them taking a different approach by not offering you features is a good thing. You're damn right it's not a PC, because at least on PC it's still free and I can do all of the features of the other consoles and more. This isn't even mentioning the fact that the Nintendo Switch is a tablet and doesn't have a music, media player, video player, Netflix, or even a fucking web browser, and they're wanting money for a monthly internet subscription. They didn't tell us what to expect. They were very vague from the beginning, and they still kind of are. I don't like it, and I'm not going to get it, but that doesn't mean I have to be content and not talk about it. I bought my Switch with the intention of playing online games online, and I figured with the approaches that they were taking in the right direction, they would maybe make a competent online service. But of course, it's Nintendo, and I think they just like pissing people off at this point. If Nintendo's online service worked like its competition, it would be damn near the perfect hybrid console. But it doesn't. They're offering damn near the same outdated service that they provided with the Wii 10 years ago, except now they're charging for it. I am very hard pressed to believe that this peer-to-peer online connection system is costing Nintendo a lot of money. They're taking the feature away, and now they're charging for it with offering virtually nothing. I see no significant benefit from me playing online today and buying the online service tomorrow. Oh, I get a few NES games that I'm going to lose in a month. That's great. I'm 23, not 12. Let me message people of my same age demographic that you are targeting with this console. I think that's the biggest takeaway with this video, is that they're marketing the Switch to being this mature platform without offering the mature features. Their audience is maturing, but their features aren't. And I think sheer disappointment would be an understatement to my opinion on this whole online service thing. That's going to be my video, guys. I'm going to cut it here. If you enjoyed this or have any opinions of your own, let me know. Drop them in the comments. If you enjoyed this, maybe check out my other videos, see if anything else I do is for you. Until then, I'll be keeping an eye on all of the Nintendo things going on, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. Ben C. And I have a backache. And still have your criticisms. Because let me tell you, the people in suits upstairs running these corporations don't give a flying fuck.